Melanie, tell the druid that I can come in. I'm trustworthy, you say quickly. You find this statement ironic, seeing as you incapacitated your last hostess and attacked 2 other members of her coven. You look down at Melanie, waiting for her to confirm your good character to the druid, but instead see her head lull from side to side. She is now unconscious. Time is not a commodity you have now. I suggest you give Melanie to me, or she may never awake again. The druid's intensity is plain to see. Without another word, you transfer the weight of Melanie's body into his hands and watch him disappear behind the door flaps to his tent. Unsure what to do, you turn back around and see the shantytown in its rustic revelry. You start to walk down into the camps of the shantytown and scan the area. Soon you find a spot on a log next to a campfire surrounded by seemingly friendly-looking folks. And with nothing else to do, you sit down and warm your body from the cold night air. As you do, the elbow of the man sitting next to you nudges your side in an attempt to get your attention. You look at him and he moves his hand forward, offering you a leg of cooked rabbit. "Thanks," you say, as you attempt to grab the leg from his hand. As your hands are about to grasp the rabbit leg, the offering man's hand gets pulled back by the other man sitting next to him. "Don't give them our food. We needs it for ourselves," the other man says. The man who offered you the rabbit leg looks at the other man and replies, "Come on, Frederick, we're all starving here. We need to help one another out." Frederick looks back over at you. "Look at the clothes they're wearing. They don't need our food. Looks awfully fancy to me. Besides the blood, that is." You look down at your clothes and realize that your face and tunic is covered in blood. Even though one might have a rough time spotting the blood in the black tunic, the dried blood on your face that ran from your nose in your altercation with Mistress Lorraine is easier than ever to spot in the campfire light. You start to desperately try to rub the blood from your face. The man who offered you the rabbit leg hands you a bucket full of water. "Here, that'll help get the blood off." You dip your hand in the water and use it to remove the blood from your face. Frederick glares at the man who offered you the rabbit leg. "Now you're giving them our water too? Why not give them our tent too?" "Oh, shut up, Frederick. It takes a quick walk to the stream to get more water. You're just complaining now." The man who offered you the rabbit leg says. He turns back to you and says, "Name's Elbert, by the way," as he raises his hand to shake. You shake his hand, and after you don't reply with your own name, which he was clearly expecting, he continues. "Frederick here does have a good point. Those are decent clothes you've got on your back. What are you doing out here? And why were you bleeding so much? And who's that wounded lass I saw you carrying over to that tent?" You feel overwhelmed by the amount of questions. "That's, my sister. And we were just travelling through Bourne when we were attacked by bandits," you say, trying to keep the coven out of your story. "Damn shame, too many ruffians and thugs out here now. Say, how'd you get that old bastard to take her into his tent? That magical coot won't help no one out here, no matter how badly they're hurt." Elbert looks at you suspiciously. "We have an agreement of sorts," you say vaguely. Elbert continues to look at you and starts to eat the rabbit foot he originally offered you. "Well, some folks just have all the luck, don't they?" Things go quiet for a bit until you ask a question that's been poisoning your mind since the first time you saw the shantytown. "Why are you all out here? Why are so many people here and without homes?" Elbert looks at you weirdly. "Well, it ain't for fun. It's that damned Orsa fellow that took reign of Einmeijer swamp." Elbert goes in depth on what he means by this and then goes quiet again. Most people around the campfire are looking at you strangely now. Feeling you've outstayed your welcome, you give your thanks and keep walking through the camps until you find yourself next to the group of men and the little green creature you saw on your way to the druid's tent. You join the throng of men and look down at the creature. "What is it?" you ask one of the men to your side. The little creature turns around and looks at you and answers your question itself. "I am a Scryer Goblin," the little green creature says in a high-pitched, raspy tone. "I can see the future. More importantly, I can see your future. For a price, of course," the Scryer Goblin says. "What will you do? Will you attempt to barter with the Scryer Goblin and ask him a question? Or will you simply deny the chance to do so? The choice is up to you. Leave your comment with the question you would like to ask the Scryer Goblin and how you will try and persuade him to answer, and watch your decision impact the story.